Xbox Series X, Sony PS5 and a gaming PC. Would it be fair if I add Switch too? I won't be adding it now, but these three have been most popular, best and competitive when it comes to gaming. For console wars, I will say it's a bit challenging to say who will win for the upcoming next-gen gaming consoles because the price of PS5 for now hasn't been confirmed yet since the rumors keeps changes the prices. But with no doubt the Xbox Series S will be Sony's big problem, having the price drastically lowered to only around $200. If it's not PlayStation versus Xbox, then it's PC versus both of them, so which is better? When we talk about gaming PCs, most people will immediately think of some fancy desktop setup with tons of RGB lighting, but let's not forget that gaming laptops are a thing too. Sometimes simply because gaming laptops often feature underpowered components, as it is very difficult to keep a gaming laptop running cool when both the CPU and GPU are under heavy load in a cramped chassis. As for consoles, there are a few to choose from. The main players on this field are Sony, Microsoft, and of course Nintendo, and they all have their own distinct consoles. And for the graphics, most games today are developed both for console and PC simultaneously. That means the overall performance bar is going to take a big leap this fall. Games are going to look better than ever, no matter where you play them. It also means PC owners can look forward to upgrading their rigs to take advantage of a much higher performance ceiling in the years to come. Now about pricing, everyone knows that PC is more expensive than the others, but actually it depends on how you want the level of gaming on PC. As for console, it's fixed, and sometimes the rigs changes a bit in their digital and pro version. The Xbox Series X and the S version have a big difference in their specs. The Series S will be running on 4K max resolution, whilst the original Series X surfing on 8K, but both will be having 16GB of RAM, but for the PS5 it's almost the same with both versions. A new PC with gaming performance on par with the Xbox One and PS4 is going to cost you $400. However, if we take used hardware into account, if you buy say a used pre-built Office PC off on eBay for $100 and a console equivalent GPU for another $100, you can get console performance for a lower price. Used consoles will retail for lower too, but generally, you won't get as good deals out of them. Budget PCs offer solid performance at relatively low prices and will generally be able to run even the latest games, but obviously not at maximum settings. However, they will need some upgrades every few years to avoid becoming obsolete. Literally for the pricing, consoles are better on budget than the PCs. The Series X will feature an AMD Zen 2 CPU and a fast SSD, giving it modern processing capabilities and fast storage to reduce load times. But really, AMD RDNA 2 graphics card is the current best. It's something PC gamers can't even buy yet. It's capable of 12 teraflops of computing power. That's about twice as fast as the Xbox One X, the fastest console currently on the market, and around 3 times speedier than the PlayStation 4 Pro. The list of compelling reasons to get a gaming PC is pretty much the same as it's always been. People made the exact same arguments before the PS4 and Xbox One came out. And now, to discuss the most important aspect of any gaming platform: the games themselves. Gaming PCs have access to more games. Most modern games come out for both PCs and consoles, and PCs can run most older games thanks to patches, fan mods and emulators. You can play 80s, 90s and early 20s games. There's also a lower barrier of entry for indie developers to release their games. Many developers these days develop their games primarily with consoles and console controllers in mind, and this is reflected on the PC release too. Luckily, there aren't any big gaps between console and PC releases of most games these days, with the exception of some timed exclusive titles. When it comes to buying games on consoles, there are 2 ways to do it. Get a digital copy via their respective network or buy retail physical copies. PC games, on the other hand, don't really get physical releases anymore. Of course, you can still find PC games in stores, but these are usually just boxes containing an activation codes, and this is commonly used in Steam. Pricing membership should not be a competition. PC doesn't charge you to play online, period. The consoles all charge for online play at this point. Using annual memberships, both PlayStation and Xbox charge $60 per year for playing online. Talking of exclusive games, PC will be having the best. Sony PlayStation being the second best because most exclusives on Xbox can be played on PC, since Windows and Xbox are both Microsoft product. PC exclusive games are also the best in multiplaying, and more of them are these shooting games like Counter-Strike, much popular and fan-loved. But what really matters is what games you like and want to play. Let's say you want to play older games on your modern system. Who offers the best backwards compatibility? On a PC, you will be able to run most games straight out of the gate, and while some older releases won't be running flawlessly on newer hardware, it usually doesn't take much effort to fix. Meanwhile, backwards compatibility has been a bit of an issue when it comes to consoles. PlayStation used to do pretty well in this category. The launch PS3 could play PS2 and PS1 games, but later models of the PS3 removed PS2 compatibility to cut down on prices. The coming PS5 said it will offer a huge selection of backward compatible games up to PS1, but for the consoles, Xbox is the best in this area. The Series X will be able to play all Xbox games right from the original Xbox. In conclusion, PC offers better graphics, more upgrade options, cheaper games, and has some games that aren't available on consoles. However, consoles are much more affordable in the long run, they are more accessible. And PC won most in categories, but that doesn't mean PC is the only option, and that you're objectively wrong if you don't choose it. It depends on what you want. Thanks, and don't ever forget to subscribe if you're new.